Hey everyone, it is Clem Lafreitas with Victory Get Fit Club, and we are doing our monthly Ask a Trainer. So we've got today Alfred Ra'oof. He's been in the fitness industry for over, 22 years? I met him 22 years ago working for 24-hour fitness. That's how long he's been in the game. So he's got a lot of knowledge and wisdom and experience, most off, to share with everyone here who's got questions. And we want to see those questions rolling in. You type it in the comments below, and I'll read them to Alfred, and he'll be able to answer your burning questions about dieting, exercise, the goals that you have and what's the best route, all the information out there, and you're a little confused. Here's the guy to ask. Wait, is my finger pointing at the right direction? That guy. Something like that. Right. So Alfred, give us a little bit of introduction of who you are as we wait for viewers to come on. I see one person online tonight already. So if you're on, just shoot us a hi and let us know that you're there. We'd love to see the hearts and comments, just to make sure that we're on track and on pace with the things that you want to hear tonight. All right, Alfred, take it away.
All right. So my name is Alfred Ra'oof. I'm from San Jose, California. I started my fitness career, if I'm not mistaken, back in 1997. Again, in San Jose, California. I worked there for about a year and a half, and then I moved up here to Seattle. And I've been in the fitness industry ever since. It's always been a passion of mine. I've been working out since I got my first official gym membership at the age of 12. I've probably been working out since I was like 7 or 8. And it's interesting. My workout partner asked me today, so what happened when you took a year off or 2 years off? And I let him know that I've never taken any real time off, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But I've always found a way to either get in the gym or work out at home. Even at my son's practices, I would run around, do laps, do push-ups, do pull-ups. I don't know, fitness just burns within my veins, so I always find a way, or try to find a way. So I look forward to answering any questions that you may have, to give you some insight as to what I do to stay as fit as I can. Not that I've always been fit. I did have some time when I was actually about 50 pounds heavier. I worked out, but I didn't eat properly. So if you had any questions, I'm here. Fire away and let me know.
Yeah. So Alfred, he resource, because he is also a father, a husband. He has multiple jobs. He knows how to balance. For those of us who are watching and may not have like that burning desire yet, what are some tips that you can give until that becomes until it becomes a regular? Because I know once you start working out, you crave it. So what are some tips that you can give to get people going and started?
One of the biggest tips I'd like to give for a newbie or someone who's probably hasn't worked out frequently for a while is to always start off slow. You want to do that which you can do consistently. So that means if you go from, I haven't worked out in a year, or I've met people who come see me and they say they haven't worked out in 10 years. So the last thing you want to do is say, okay, I'm ready to go. I want to join. I'm going to work out 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. And you know what? You're going to do that for 2 days, and then you're going to go back to the couch. If you're going from completely sedentary and then moving into a more active lifestyle, what you want to do, I always say, hey, you know what? Start with 15 minutes, 3 days a week. And always, if they aren't getting their water in, increase your water. So don't double it, add about 25%. So if you're eating or if you're drinking a half a gallon, maybe, just add an additional 16 ounces to that and go for a 5-minute walk down the street, walk down the street 2.5 minutes, walk back 2.5 minutes, do a couple sets of push-ups, do some body weight squats, do a couple more push-ups, walk down the street for 5 minutes or 2.5 minutes, walk back for 2.5 minutes and stretch. Do that 3 days a week. And when that starts to get easy, you can slowly and gradually progress. I don't want to start getting into program design, but that's where I would start. Start with something that's realistic, something that you could do consistently. And after you're consistent doing that 3 days a week for 2 to 3 weeks, then it'll be time to add more time and possibly even more exercises, implementing some band work. But that's what I suggest.
Okay, for those who maybe are a little bit more, not a whole lot more active, but maybe someone who walks already from to and from work, from maybe they parked in a parking lot downtown, far away from their job, and they have that strength, or they're already walking at lunch, maybe walking to and from bus stops in their cars, and they now want to join maybe Victory Get Fit Club or any club, and they're a little bit scared, and they'll say, well, maybe I have to work out first, but then they know that they're not as consistent unless they have the accountability and the camaraderie of having a group of people with them. What would you say to that person of their, what kind of fitness level do you think a person should start with when looking to join a gym?
Well, that depends on the gym that you're joining. If it was our gym, we take all fitness levels. I can take someone who has been sedentary for 10 years. We actually have a very new member at our club who just came in, and she made it very clear that she has never really ever worked out. And if I was to guess, she's probably somewhere between 35 and 40 years old. And I says, hey, come on in, we'll take care of you. And yes, you will be working out next to someone who has been with us for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And yes, they may be able to lift more weights than you, but you have to start somewhere. And the biggest advice I give to all beginners is to pace yourself. It's not a competition. Do that which you can do consistently. Once again, consistently. You want to have mild soreness. You don't want to be crippled the next day. And I constantly stay in their hip pocket during the training session and coach them through it and let them know that, yes, it's going to feel uncomfortable for the first 2 to 4 weeks. But once you get into a rhythm, you're going to love it. And sure enough, she's loving it.
So if you're watching tonight and any of this resonates with you and you're like, yes, I did exactly what Alfred said. I started off slow. I came in not comparing or competing with anybody, but I just went my own pace. And now I'm seeing great results at your gym or our gym, wherever you are. If you can leave some comments below and let us know that, let other people know that they're not alone and not to be scared, and that they can actually move forward and make progress by taking that first step and just going to do it. So, and if you have any questions for Alfred about food, health, fitness, anything, we'd love to hear about it. And while we're waiting for your questions to chime in, I'm just going to ask Alfred some questions about, now we're going into the fall, school is starting, kids are going back to school, and hey, oh my gosh, hey Jennifer, you are not crippled. You just so Jennifer Keel, I can remember feeling crippled, but I still loved it. Hey Nicole Wall. All right. Alfred's a great trainer. He tries to be nice and makes us all feel like it's not hard, but the next day you might feel a little bit burny. So yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, guys. So Alfred, while we wait for questions to start streaming in, what are some productivity tips, or maybe some tips on how to balance prioritizing fitness and health into your life while you have kids, while you have jobs. You are actually training for the championships coming up here in October. He's training for the IPE Pro Masters, first ever IPE Pro Masters Championships. It'll be the first one held ever in the United States. And so Alfred's training for that. So real estate, fitness, kids, wife, fishing, and fitness. Really, that's Alfred's life right there. I just described. But how do you juggle it all so that you prioritize your self-care?
Well, it's not easy. And just as anything in life, and my wife can attest to this, she has a Slay and Shine planner. It's all about planning. If you do not have a plan, I guarantee you will fail. If you're trying to wing it, maybe I'll go to the gym this week. No, you need to know what time, which gym you're going to go to. When you get there, what will I do? How long will I do it? What stretches will I do at the end? And then something else that's very important is what will I eat afterwards? So we're all juggling multiple things throughout the day. As my wife said, I wake up, as Jackie's on vacation, there are other trainers. So I get up at 4:20 in the morning. I'm at the gym, ready to teach class by 5 a.m. I teach 4 classes throughout the day. And then in the evening, I do my real estate. And I think last night I may have gotten home at 8:30. I figured out a way I had a plan. I did in between classes, I did my 45 minutes of fasted cardio. I came home at 8, broke my fast because I do intermittent fasting. It's the style of eating I'm doing now. I went in and I know at 1:30, I meet my workout partner. I lift. I come back home. I take even if it's a 10 to 15 minute power nap, I go back in at 4:40, and then I'm done at 5:40, and I'm heading off to my real estate. You have to have a very specific plan like that. So how am I going to fit this into my day? And it was actually the most important thing is, we are all good at making plans. You have to stick to it, commit to it. And if you can only stick to that particular plan 3 days, even 2 days a week, stick to that. For me, it's 7 days a week. I have a plan. I have X, Y, and Z I need to do. As Clement said, this is the first Masters World Championships. I'm honored and excited to be qualified for that. And I get to participate in it October 13th. And I plan on doing very well at this competition. So I need to continue to train hard. And I know that we do have, we have practices are coming up. Some of you are off at football practice with your sons or daughters. Some of the girls, even they play football. Wrestling season's coming up. Baseball is pretty much year round. Something I did when my son was playing sports and it was hard for me to get in the gym is I worked out on the field. I circled around the field, either walked or I ran. I stopped off. I did push-ups. So what? Everybody looked at me cray a little bit, but hey, I got to get it in. That's what I always tell my workout partner. You get it in. If we miss each other, make sure you get it in toward the evening. But again, most important thing, have a plan, implement the plan, and stay committed. And only do that which you can do consistently. If you can't follow your meal plan 100%, you can follow your meal plan 100% 7 days a week. But if you choose not to, because it may be a little difficult, then start off with 3 days a week. And then from there, bump it up to 4. And if you were working with us at Victory Get Fit Club, we would show you how to implement that. You wouldn't have to worry. When you get to the gym, you don't have to worry about what you're going to do. We have everything planned out. You just show up, listen to the instruction at the beginning of the class, and we take you all the way through. Now, what you do when you get home, again, that's where we want to have a plan and make sure you eat well.
Okay, so thank you, Alfred, for that input. Hi, Jackie Morris. We miss you too. Arlesia is online too, and Bobby. I miss you all. So this is a question from Jackie. What do you recommend in terms of maintaining motivation while dealing with an injury or illness? It's so easy to get derailed when it happens? That is a very good question. And hi there, Linda. Thanks for watching tonight. Appreciate you guys all being on.
That's an excellent question. And Jackie, I'm pretty sure Jackie knows the answer to this because she's also our coach.
Our coach.
But it's a great, great question. I'm going to say this. The easiest way or the best way that I found to stay engaged and motivated is to stay connected to the community. We have a tremendous supportive community. Utilize that. Lean on your friends and family members that are within our private. We have a private group, anywhere from 55 to 65 incredible women in there that you can pair up with. You can ask questions, talk to them about it if you're having a hard time. If you don't feel comfortable talking to a trainer, you could talk to Sandy, you could talk to Arlesia. I'm just naming names that I see down here. Anybody inside, Sarah, Jill, they're all available and would love to hear from you because there's going to be a time when they need support as well. So staying motivated comes from support. When you start to feel like you're on an island and you're at home and the food monster's coming after you, and the food monster lives in the pantry alongside the potato chips, and for some of us in the wine cellar, when the food monster comes out, it gets tough. And that's when you need to phone a friend. I'm sure you've seen the game show, Phone a Friend.
And at Victory Get Fit Club, in our secret private group on Facebook, there's lots of friends to phone. I have one more motivation lesson, and it was I think as a quote I saw not too long ago, that motivation, people wait for motivation. Like we're thinking that motivation is something we can catch, or we can catch the feeling, or we wait for the feeling of motivation. But in reality, motivation is a muscle. It is built. So the way to build a motivation muscle is to create little successes, because one success makes you feel really good. So just committing to saying, today I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk, and that you actually were very committed to your word and making that word mean something to you, then you feel proud of it, and that motivates the next little goal, and the next little goal, and the next little goal, and the next little goal. And motivation, I know I've been, as a productivity coach, I've been hearing a lot of people say, how do you stay motivated? And it really is not something you wait for. It's something that you create by making small little successes, by sticking to your word, and every day just keeping one word to yourself and celebrating that. And with each celebration, it motivates you to keep going and keep rolling. Hopefully that helps. Any more questions? We'd love to hear it. We have like 2 minutes left. So we're here for you once a month. If you want it to be more, let us know. I'd love for you to meet more of the trainers at Victory Get Fit Club. So if we could get more of you guys out there asking questions, we'll have you meet more of our trainers. But is there let's see. Bobby says, busy with soccer, but I need to sit down and plan my workouts and food. I need to make it a priority again. Has anybody out there just felt more productive with an outline, a blueprint, and a game plan, and actually, when it's all laid out, felt more like you can execute and actually stick to what you say because there's intention behind it? If so, drop us a line and let us know that you can relate to that. Any other questions? How about questions on now that fall is coming upon us? What are some favorite foods that you like to add to your fall meal plan list? That's for you, Alfred. We got like a minute left.
fall meal plan, I'm looking at them right now. There's some zucchini over there that I love to roast. I'll take 2 whole zucchinis, saute them in 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, which is very little because it takes me probably about 4 days to eat all the zucchini and onions. We have an incredible amount of tomatoes in our backyard. So anyone at the club that wants some tomatoes, you're gonna have to come pick them yourself. I'm not picking your tomatoes, but you can come pick and take as many as you want. But that's what I usually in the fall eating out of the garden, and I have a few eggplants back there, some cucumbers. We're pretty big on vegetables, and there's some zucchini. No. Butternut squash that's growing out there as well. So we're real big on the veggies in this house, and we have some greens, but we are purchasing the greens from Costco for now. And next week I plan on planting my kale. A lot of people don't know this, but kale will grow very well all throughout the winter here in Washington. And Bobby, what was Bobby's question again? I wanted to, or did she ask a question?
It was more of a statement. She knows that she's a lot more successful when she plans out her workouts and her food. And with soccer coming up, she's going to be busy. So it's going to be a priority again for her. But Katie we're at the close now. We're at 7:21. And I like to keep timely because I don't want to interrupt and intrude into your family time, because that is also important. When you make family a priority, then people around you are more supportive of your goals and not resenting that you take time away for yourself. So we want to respect that tonight. But Katie says, I can't wait to see more action in your kitchen. I've copied some of the salads you've made. So yes, great point, Katie. If you sign up for our newsletter and get on our newsletter list, we are making videos. We have videos already ready to go. And each week we're sending out workout and recipe videos to those on our email list. Arlesia says motivation comes and goes, but having a plan keeps me disciplined when I'm feeling less motivated. Very good point. We thank you all, you guys, for all your input tonight. If you like what we're doing and you think that this is all great information for maybe someone in your family or someone out there on your Facebook friend list that might need some of this information, input, education, or just inspiration and motivation, share out the videos and let them know when our next one is coming up. We'll do this once a month, if not more, but just keep an eye out. And I just want to thank Alfred Ra'oof for being here tonight. I know I think this is your first Be Live interview, right?
It is.
How do you like it?
I really enjoy this. You guys need to ask more questions.
Yeah.
Please ask more. And Bobby, make your plan and show it to me, because I'm going to hold you accountable to it.
Accountability is another way of making progress.
That is not implemented. For every goal, you should have someone that you allow to hold you accountable to it. So show me the plan. Your plan is due on Monday. How you like that? Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Oh, love seeing you. Okay. Katie says, love seeing you guys live. Yet another way to reach out to us in unique ways to show care and love for us. Yes, we are doing this. Thank you, Bobby. We see you. She's gonna get that done for you, Alfred. Yes, our goal is to be more of service, more of available, just a wealth. There's just a wealth of knowledge and wisdom at Victory Get Fit Club. Alfred has been competing. I used to run marathons and half marathons for 8 years. So there's a lot of variety and a lot of just a lot of experience in our little mind and physique transformation boutique. But we love you all and we thank you for coming tonight. We hope to see you again soon. Drop us the line if we didn't answer any of your questions, or maybe you didn't want to put it in the comments below. You can send it to us privately and we'll get that to you soon. Have a great night, you guys. Enjoy your family. Much love.